Hello, it's Fabio with Partridge on the Fly. Today I'll show you to tie the Holy Grail Caddis Emerger. Hope you enjoy the video and we'll see you next week.
Already we're going to tie the Holy Grail Caddis Emerger. I already put hook in my vise. This is a Tiemco 2457 caddis hook, size 10. I already put a bead on the hook, and this is a 1/8 inches, which is a 3.2 millimeter. This is a brass color. You can use gold. I don't think it really matters the color of the bead. I'm going to use some uni thread 6/0 in black. I'm going to lay a base of the thread starting in the middle of the hook shank. I'm going to cut the excess of the thread off. I'm going to get some Chartreuse Ultrawire, size small. I'm going to get a few inches. I'm going to cut it with my bed scissors. I am going to secure the wire on my side of the hook. Let me try this again, like so. And I'm going to go down the hook shank. Pretty far down. I'm going to come back up. I'm going to apply some wax on my thread. I'm going to get some ice dab, caddis green. You can use just regular caddis dubbing. I like this one because it's a little flashy. It makes the fly look buggier. So I'm going to add a little at a time here. I'm going to make sure that this is a tight noodle. I'm going to start going down the hook shank all the way to where all the way down to where the wire is tied in. I'm going to add some more. And we want the body to be in the shape of a carrot. So narrow it, closer down to the curve of the hook, and wider as we get closer to the eyelet and the bead. I'm just going to put just a little more. Like so. Already. I'm going to pull some of these loose fibers, and I'm going to secure that dubbing. Now I'm going to get my ultra wire. I'm going to palmer it along the body to add some segmentation and also to keep that ice dab together. I'm going to over with my thread a couple of times. I'm going to get my bed scissors, cut that wire off. I'm going to trim some of these fibers out of the way. It's easier to do it now than to do it later. There's still some sticking out. Okay, so now I'm going to get about 10 pheasant tail fibers. I'm going to cut them off from the stem. Like so. I'm going to cut these tips off. We're not going to need those. And I'm going to secure this over the hook shank, making sure that it is in the middle of the hook, like so. and we're going to use this to build the shell back of the fly. Now I'm going to apply some more wax onto my thread, and now I'm going to get some brown dubbing. You know, any brown dubbing will do. So don't. So I want to make again a tight noodle, and we're going to use this to build the thorax of the caddis. I'm going to add some more. And make it a tight noodle so you can control your work. Okay. So now I gotta make sure that I have room for that bead. I have about an eye length of room in front of that bead. One of the cool things about this fly is that we're going to be tying the hackle in front of the bead, not behind the bead. So now I'm going to push that bead as far as back as I can, and now I'm securing the pheasant tail fibers in front of the bead. I'm going to get my scissors. I'm going to cut as close as I can to the other look. So now you can see that we have a shell back that's made by those pheasant tail fibers. Now I'm going to get some UV resin. This is Solarez. This is the one that it goes hard. So I'm going to use my bobkin. So don't just get the tube and apply it onto the fly. You make a mess. So I'm going to apply a little by little until I have the right amount that I want. I think I'm getting closer. I'm going to just add some more. And the reason why we're doing this is that we're going to use the UV resin to strengthen that shell back, but most importantly, we're going to use that resin to create what it looks like an air bubble. And a lot of these insects can create air bubbles, which allows them to swim more easily to the surface of the water where they are living in. So now I'm going to get my UV light, and I'm going to zap that UV resin until it gets hardened. And you can leave the UV light on for 30 seconds. That should do it. Okay, so we're almost there, and now I'm going to add okay, so now I'm gonna get an Hungarian feather, natural color. I already have one prepared here. I already put I pulled the fibers back. I'm gonna cut the tip, so I have a tying anchor here. I'm gonna make a couple of loose wraps. Then I'm going to get my Hackle pliers. Grab that hackle, the stem of the hackle, and then I'm going to pull all these fibers back. And then I'm going to palmer the hackle around a couple of times, like so. Then I'm going to block that stem with a couple of thread wraps, like so. I'm gonna grab my scissors and cut that stem off. Make a few more thread wraps. Get my whip finisher and whip finish the fly. Like so. You can add some glue if you want. But here it is, the Holy Grail Caddis Emerger. I'm going to trim some of these fibers back here. And right here. Yeah, this will definitely catch some trout. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next week.